Hello everyone, it's Aaron here from Push Square, and after a pretty quiet spell, the release calendar is beginning to heat up once more with a collection of great looking games that are heading to both PlayStation 4 and 5. From long awaited PSVR 2 titles to explosive new first person IPs, here are the 10 PS5 games you need to check out in August 2023. Kick-flipping the month off, VR Skater aims to be one of the most immersive skateboarding experiences in gaming. Imitating your feet movement with the Sense controllers, any skaters will feel right at home as they perform various flips, grinds and jumps across a collection of fun skating havens. With a killer soundtrack, you can get real creative as you practice and perfect certain tricks that require precision and patience. This one's heading to PSVR 2 on August 4th. Take to the sandy plains of Atlas Fallen, the PS5 title will drop you into a dense fantasy world where magical weapons and skills will be used to tackle massive creatures. The game features drop in and drop out co-op, so playing with a friend should be a doddle, and that certainly plays into the game's combat, which looks like it could require a degree of skill, especially against those bigger foes. For those looking for another action RPG experience after Final Fantasy XVI, Atlas Fallen looks up to the task. From one co-op experience to another, Moving Out 2 switches out massive beasts to slay for furniture to move. This wacky experience from Team 17 brings back the physics-based moving simulator, if you want to call it that, where working in teams of up to 4 players, you will load up the furniture and belongings of residents of Packmore and send them on their way. Looking at some gameplay, I'm getting some big gang beasts or overcooked vibes where manic gameplay will leave you and your friends in stitches. I have such an affinity for games like this, so I'll likely be checking it out when it drops on August 15th on both PlayStation 4 and 5. Madden NFL 24 continues its quest for improved realism and player control. The adjustments to player tackling, momentum catching and throwing animations will sync up perfectly with the new Sapien technology, which is a rebuilt skeleton system that ensures far smoother and real-to-life animation. Not only that, but your favourite players actually look like your favourite players now, with a wider set of body types. There are tons of new improvements that make this worth checking out when it drops on PlayStation 4 and 5 on August 18th. Now, we all love an asymmetrical horror game, don't we? It's become par for the course for infamous horror or horror adjacent franchises to try their hand at the formula, with the likes of Ghostbusters, Evil Dead and even Friday the 13th having a go. Well, on August 18th on both PlayStation 4 and 5, it's time for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to give it a go, which of course will have a bunch of survivors trying to evade their own grisly demise at the hands of the Sawyer family. On both sides there will be different characters with different attributes and abilities to consider, so you may want to delve a little deeper before taking on the infamous Leatherface. EA Originals is hitting out with an enormous, explosive and sparkly looking first-person action game called Mortals of Avalon this month. It will thrust you into a sci-fi fantasy world where you conjure up aggressive magic and impressive and fast-paced combat. This is a linear experience made by the creators of the likes of Dead Space and Call of Duty, so you know that those graphics are going to be popping and the gameplay tightly controlled. I'm not sure on the story on this one, but if it gets the combat right, which it kinda looks like it has, then it could be a surprise hit this month when it launches on PS5 on August 22nd. Fort Solis is a sci-fi thriller starring both Troy Baker of The Last of Us fame and Roger Clark of Red Dead Redemption 2 fame. The game follows Clark's Jack Leary as he is guided through one long and terrifying night on Mars in the isolated mining post. The station, which is split up into 9 different sections, can be explored freely, so it will allow the player to have a more fluid experience. There is of course a lot of mystery surrounding the game, but with its killer cast, the fact that it runs on Unreal Engine 5 and its influences from both Quantic Dreams and Supermassive Games means that this should certainly be on your radar when it drops on PS5 on August 22nd. The biggest PSVR 2 release since Call of the Mountain, Firewall Ultra, is on its way to PS5 on August 24th, ushering in the next generation of VR shooters with a tactical team-based experience that utilises all of the power of the PSVR 2. From eye-tracking weapon selection to touch detection on the Sense controller triggers, Firewall Ultra is aiming to push boundaries over its predecessor on the PSVR, Firewall 0 Hour. Honestly, this is a hard one to sell just by trailers and info alone. I mean, that's kind of the case for all VR games, but I'm hoping to be completely won over when I get my own hands-on time with this game. Pixel art styles and grueling combat are up next in the form of Blasphemous II, which arrives on PS5 on August 24th. This is a follow-up to the 2019 Metroidvania, which hosts gruesome violence and monstrous foes, all wrapped up in a gorgeously grim new world filled with mysteries and secrets and stunning vistas. You will likely have to catch up on the story as Blasphemous 2 picks up where the wounds of Eventide DLC left things, but know that you have a customizable gameplay approach, savage combat, and boss battles galore to enjoy. The very next day, on August 25th, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon launches on PS4 and 5. From Software is taking this customizable mech experience to the next level with a challenging, unique, and fast-paced combat experience. While there is a 6 in the title, the Armored Core series hasn't been around since 2012, so some of you may be a little unfamiliar with this franchise. But rest assured, it is shaping up to be a welcome time for both new and old fans alike. Now, this isn't just a Souls-like with mechs. The Armored Core series is a different kettle of fish, but with some deep customization elements and From Software's affinity to addictive combat, it is one you likely won't want to miss in August. So anyway, that's it for the month of August, which is actually a lot busier than I was expecting. Remember that this isn't every game coming to PS5, just the biggest ones that caught my eye. So let me know down in the comments any that you feel I've missed out here that you're really looking forward to. I think Firewall Ultra takes it for me. I'm super curious to try that one out. But on top of that, Fort Solis it's kind of up my street, so I'm looking forward to see what that's like. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date in the world of PlayStation with the latest news, reviews, gameplay, and so much more. You can expect reviews for some of the games on this list as well. Anyway, I've been Aaron, this has been Push Square, and I'll catch you in the next one.